evening, NoFos.
Evening.
Hello. So we're joined this week by James and Kevin from Defiant. There you go.
Yes, lads.
How are we all doing?
All good, thanks. Yeah.
Good,
Can I just say already, this is probably the highest number of people that we've had on the stream within the first minute. So
Yeah, they'll all drop off soon. They'll be like,
It'll be the last.
I haven't started watching yet. Look, I've just got a notification. There you go. You got me.
You're one of the rare ones that get the notifications.
Oh yeah, well,
that's our premium service.
It's far too hot under that, especially with double.
Oh, hi, Lance.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Lance.
Hi. I was gangstering for a little while there, but I'll do that. Hang on.
Did you get into?
Oh, that's better.
Kevin, that did look like more of a cravat then.
So we're not flush.
Let's go for full effect.
Oh look, there we go. I kept the red T-shirt because from Red Tide 2 I was known as Red T-shirt guy. So I put that back on.
Red T-shirt guy.
Look, it's Red T-shirt guy in the woods. What's he
That's
doing?
your whole personality.
When giving a target indication, it's important to be concise. And to be fair,
yeah.
we're the only fucker out there with a red t-shirt.
Who are we after? Red T-shirt guy. Right, okay, brilliant. End of briefing.
Let's make it difficult next time. Let's make it difficult, yeah.
But it's a black and white picture.
We're now up to 47 people watching, so hello everyone. This is now officially the highest that we've ever had. So,
What you said your record was 50.
Look at that. Well done. Thank you very
I
much.
think I said like 40. Well, we just hit 50, so there you go.
Hey.
Hey.
We're peaking early.
Right, just a little bit, so we can get a little bit of clarity in the chat, because otherwise I'm going to be inundated with information. So,
He doesn't do
whilst
well
I appreciate the
information.
normal chat banter, if we can try and keep that a little bit to a minimum, if possible. But if you've got a question, please whack a queue.
I'm away,
It's
boys.
only because I don't want to miss stuff. If you've got a question, please put a capital Q or just in front of your question, because that means I can hopefully identify.
I don't want to have to issue fines, but I will.
You sure you're not DA?
But yeah, just put a Q in there. So hello everyone. I will try and read some of the names up. We've got Rage, Marky Mark, Matthew
Stranger.
McCarthy, Nick Pratt, Kenny Rebel, David Fraser, Rich, James C, Claxified, Dan, Ryan, Adventures of Sulu, Andrew Taylor,
Sulu,
John
top man.
McLaughlin, Thomas Cornish Pasty, John Smith, James Means, Pantsman Beans. That's a brilliant name. Spam
I
Spam.
love that one.
Pantsman Beans. Yes, love that. Welcome along, sir.
That would be me.
Oh.
That would be you.
Are you a Pantsman Beans? Oh.
That's my non-defiant account.
James C, 9 volt dictator. I see. Question: why are you being a chat Nazi? I'm not trying to be a chat Nazi. I just don't want to miss stuff. Who is this?
Careful,
I'm
get the
sorry.
searchlights out.
It's going to be
Yeah,
one of
Dan
those-
just said searchlights.
I was going to say, yeah, spotlight that
says-
question.
Party pooper. It's great. Thank you. Right. How are we all?
All right. How are you?
Very good, thank you. Very good, yeah.
Marvellous and wonderful. Ready for Wednesday night.
The chaos to ensue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Has everyone got a drink?
Oh, I like red team down the bottom here, and you've got dark team at the top. Like that.
Yeah.
That's the way it should be, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Strongest hold 'em up, mate.
Kevin, are you pro-segregation? Is that what that comment is?
Jesus Christ.
I think we need to move Kev onto Mike's side of the screen.
I don't want to be in the middle of these two. Jesus.
That's a very Mike sort of thing to say. That is not.
That wasn't it? That was very
It's a bit
unlike
early
you,
for those
James.
comments. It's a little bit early for the segregation comments, you know? Couple
We're 4 minutes in. We've got the highest view count ever, and we've already brought up Nazis and segregation. So we're going well.
You mentioned
Yeah.
Nazis, no one else did. you
Yeah,
know?
not that
Pony
no
Tony morning, mate.
own any of those.
Right. Should we roll into the news?
I pick my gun and I go pew 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 pew.
News. So, first off in the news this week, Legion events.
Bad news.
Legion events are going to be closing shop. I think the latest is that they're possibly going to be selling the business to somebody else. So there may be a Legion events in the future. Who knows? Obviously, I think safely say for anyone that's ever done a Legion event, it's going to be a sad loss. You know, ultimately, you know, I don't want to take anything away from you guys from Defiant, and you know, but Legion were definitely up there in terms of events companies.
Absolutely, we've enjoyed many of their events, and you know, we've had a discussion in the week, and I think that, you know, any loss to the MilSim community in terms of event organisers is a loss overall, because competition. Yeah, and not that it's fierce competition anyway, but any kind of competition is important because it drives us to do better and be better. You know.
Yeah, we spoke about it earlier, didn't we? In the week, and you absolutely nailed it on the head with that comment. Yeah,
I got massive respect for Mike and the team, and it is a great loss. We've done some great events. You know, or some of their events have been brilliant.
Mm.
Yeah, I've done events as they were airborne beforehand. I was sitting thinking about all the lineage all the way back. Probably goes back to some of Ambush Adventures and some of their involvement there. Airborne Airsoft all the way on towards Legion. A lot of similar players and similar people come to events and DSing. So yeah, really, really sad. We see it online on Facebook when like a site closes down and people are really sad there as well. This will affect people. It will have an impact on the community. And you know, I think you mentioned maybe trying to get Mike on a call one night or one of these as well to chat with Mike. It'd be really great for Mike to say. Yeah, it'd be really great for Mike to have his say, because the worst thing about any sort of community is the negativity. But yeah, from James and myself, who have been, you know, we've played events with him. We played events even before we were Defiant. Loads and loads of respect for them, and a huge loss for the community as far as I'm concerned as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, thanks guys. Thanks guys for everything they did for Airsoft. Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, I mean, some of my earliest memories of like MilSim was with the Legion guys with Big Mike, you know. So it's for me, it's a big sort of a huge loss to be able the fact that you're not going to do another one of his events or his team's events is proper gutting. So yeah, we wish. But from my point of view, you know, I wish him all the best for whatever he goes into, and the guys that work with him, you know, only good things for the future for him. So yeah, massive loss, but you know, fair play to him.
Yeah, Legion was my first ever MilSim. I went full on for it. So yeah, for me it's gutting, because I would like to do more of them, but these things happen in life.
You know, bittersweet is the fact that the last event I did do there happened to be absolutely fantastic. So I'm so glad that
I'm gutted I
the last event I managed to get to was brilliant. It was phenomenal. Apart from the fact I left my Olight magnetised to a bed.
But you were giving to a good cause. You were giving it to some...
You know, at the end of the day, an infanteer picked it up and thought, "Ooh, treasure!"
Accidentally blow himself up because he's got an Olight now.
Well, that depends if he's figured to switch it on yet or not. We don't know. It may well have run out of battery by now. Hopefully, fingers crossed it has, and it's just a paperweight.
Paperweight.
And his kit bag,
that's it. Absolutely, yeah. No, good stuff.
I'm just firefighting a few audio issues. I'm not quite sure why. I think it's coming through this one instead of this one, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. But the other news, I'll let the Lance and Andy talk about it, but obviously the 13th Player Airsoft Awards.
Oh, yes. I'll let you go with that one.
Well,
you seem more excited than I do.
Yeah, well,
you jumped in there too quick.
Selling it well, Andy. Selling it well, mate. Yeah. So yeah, we got shortlisted for Best Podcast / Thing Award, which we were completely not expecting. Very, very shocked. I was sort of thinking about it. Was it yesterday or the day before? And then I checked our team WhatsApp group, and Mike's put, "Guys, so this has just happened," and I was just like, "Oh shit! Yeah, we've been nominated for a award." So yeah, we're made up about that. The fact that we've just been shortlisted is huge in itself for us. So thanks for everybody who nominated us. So now it's down to the voting for the voting phase, I think, which closes on the 29th, is it, of January?
29th, I think, yeah.
I think it shuts on the 29th of January. So if you are willing to click back onto that 13th Airsoft Awards link and click English, and then go scroll down through the list of awards and find our name, and you want to give us a nomination or a vote, that would be very much appreciated.
Unless you're not English, and then click your representative country.
Yeah.
Because we are international now as well, with the Canadian Americans.
We are stratospheric.
And Australian, yeah.
With all the Americans that are Canadians and all the Canadians that are Americans.
Yeah.
Mainly.
And
mainly Canadians in Washington, isn't it?
Can't help it.
All those Canadians that live in Washington, we're mad for it.
Yeah. And Russia. we get a lot of podcasts. We get a lot of downloads from Russia. We're obviously
Tips and
teaching.
tricks,
Trying to sort them out. Ukraine, we've had a couple of people. As long as they're not using us for training videos, fucking hell.
Well, could you imagine it? Anyhow,
look at these twats. This is not how you do it.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah. It definitely wouldn't be that this is the right way to do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it like us.
You see this? Don't do this. Don't ever do this.
Yeah.
Maybe NoFo means something in Russian that you're not aware of.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Well,
Google Translate quickly.
No. just means no foe. Just no foe.
No foe. No.
No means foe.
No means foe. Yeah, all good.
Oh, I think that's
should we? So obviously tonight we've got the added advantage of a cheeky quiz, very very kindly offered up by James and Kevin. So it will allow early access.
Forward now. I like.
James, do you want to explain how it's going to work? And then maybe we could roll into question one.
That's the end of the news. Unless you can't class this as news. I would class this as news.
Do you want to spread the questions out all the way?
Back in the room.
Yeah, let's spread them out. Yeah.
Oh no, I've got to get my notebook out and everything. They haven't prepped me for this.
Right in the rain. Is it all not right in the rain weather pad?
Yes, it's the fucking right in the rain notebook.
Yes, good lad.
He hasn't got a right in the rain pen though, so.
Pencil.
No, I use a pencil like a paw. It's fine.
Like a ball.
Right. Okay. So the way it's going to work is there'll be 6 questions. Okay. And with the exception of one, but I'll explain that when we get there. The first letter of each answer is the letter that you need to start entering into the password. All right. So, for example, if question 1, if you think the answer is November Foxtrot, you will put the letter N. That'll be the first letter of the password. All right.
N for November. I'd like to add, Mike. N for November.
So, all of the answers to the questions. So all of the questions are related to our Red Tide series of events. Okay. So all of the answers to the questions are available on our website.
Sorry, operational operator says, what year did James lose his quiff? A, 1860, B, 1944, or C, 1969?
Right, are you capable of banning people from...
I can, but not for that.
No, that's what he's one of my staff, so he ain't going to get a fucking ticket anyway. Right, yeah. So, yeah, all of the answers to the questions, and they're not particularly difficult questions. I'm not being a complete arse, but they're all on the website. So, yeah, that's the way to go. Did you want the first question?
Shall we do the first question?
Yeah, let's roll the first question. I've even got some quiz music.
Oh, well, nice.
That's a hell of a build-up for what is going to be a shit question.
Okay, so question 1.
What is the US city where Red Tide 3 is set? I'll say it one more time. What is the US city where Red Tide 3 is set? Don't know why I'm waiting, because we just get on with chat now, can't we?
Mike, can you put the link? Mike, can you put the link to the bit from our website for the Red Tide? Because James has put the story in there, and maybe put it into chat. Most people have probably got access to it, but if someone's on here who hasn't got it and might want to look at this, then if you can find that and stick it in, that could be really good. Thank you.
That's a good shout. Yeah,
good shout, Kev. Nice to see
get on the mic. Go on,
in the room.
Yeah, there has to be one, doesn't there?
Mike, the master of ceremony.
Absolutely, yeah. Master of ceremony / fun police.
Someone's got to be. I'm just saying, someone needs to control you two. We had a meeting yesterday.
I love it when you control me.
We had a bit of a catch up yesterday, and for 6 topics, it took us an hour and a half to get through, and that wasn't because of complicated conversation. That was because Lance discovered he could fade in and out, and he was just an absolute child about it.
No, it wasn't. It was your fault because of the way you said David, and that's what that's what started the whole thing off. I'm not going down that road again. Let's stop it.
But you need to do it.
I might do it at the end if you're a good boy. I'll do it at the end.
Right, so the link
to
the
I'm
Defiant
literally
Events.
WhatsApping at the same time, you know.
The link to the Defiant Events Operation Red Tide 3 has just got out in the chat for Facebook and YouTube.
There we go.
Thanks,
yes.
Mike.
There you go.
If you do want to get the chance of getting tickets to the event, probably best keeping the answers to yourself rather than posting them in the chat.
No, smack him in the chat, boys.
If you want to be super duper secret about it,
or if you want to be a bastard, put the wrong answers out there.
Yes, maybe.
I like your style. I like your style, Andy. Yeah, good shout. Good shout.
We've got a Defiant community chat WhatsApp group, and I did suggest
Which is
the other day.
horrendous.
It's pretty bad.
Windsor.
But if you were to figure out the password, put your ticket, and then fucking post it up on there, and just watch the world melt down.
I was going to ask actually. So, as an event organizer, do you have to have like a special sort of website set up in terms of selling tickets like that? Because I mean, I'd imagine that for like your more popular events, they do get sold out quite quickly.
No,
James.
No.
Okay,
no,
fine.
Basically,
Good answer.
To be honest with you, recently the responsibility of managing the website got dumped on myself, and so I am very much learning as I'm going.
I know the feeling, James. I know the feeling, mate.
Yeah, so and I feel sorry for you, and all the work that you've done for your website. And
I know. Thanks, mate.
Yeah, Lance, you've done a really good job, mate.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it.
That's all
Well
right,
done,
mate.
Lance. Well done.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. Yeah. Last to thank me again as usual.
As far as website is gone, it's just following the KISS principle for now, because I don't want to fuck it up. And we'll see. We'll soon find out by the end of this evening if the website works or not, won't we?
We will.
Yeah.
Does it block people if they get the password wrong 3 times?
Yeah.
You have to wait a half hour.
Yeah, just a picture of James comes up and goes, wrong.
You didn't say the magic word.
I suppose
should have done that.
The important thing to say tonight is if someone is watching this and they can't work out the password for this, general ticket sales go on sale on Friday. Okay, so don't worry too much. This is obviously a chance to go in early, but general ticket sales go live for everyone on Friday, not with the password as well. So this is a sort of early bird, not discounted, but it's an early opportunity, shall we say, to book your ticket.
Yes. It's a bit of fun. Don't take it too seriously.
Yeah, a bit of fun. Yes. A little bit of fun.
Well, that actually rolls me on, interestingly, to a question that we had from an audience member. So this came in from, I don't know, because I don't have their name saved. Question for the live stream. Not sure how popular it will be, but a few people have been talking about this topic. If possible, would it be preferred to ask anonymously? Well, that's fine, because I don't know your name anyway. At Red Tide 2, regular players didn't have the choice of being on GRS. At Red Tide 3, the police force is also a closed faction, and it doesn't seem much of a stretch to expect to see a similar group of players to make up that faction. Is it right or fair to give certain players spots on exclusive factions while regular players have to do quizzes to get tickets? Surely everyone should have the option to be on these factions, provided that they have the kit to fulfill the role.
So, yeah, I mean, those guys that are getting those kind of, I guess, privately booked tickets, right? They're still paying for them. Absolutely. But what we've done is we're using guys that we've known for a long time, guys that we can solidly trust, okay, to get a job done and do not need management, right? We're also using them in most occasions to drive role play or drive the event, okay? So effectively, it means that we don't have to apply more DS to manage that side, because, and that is the only way we can run with the skeleton crew that we're running on to run a multiple faction event. Okay, and have individuals in key places who will actively drive role play. All right, so all of those guys, they pretty much know the plan for the event. Okay, or at least the commanders do, and they will help keep it on track for us. So there's the reasons behind that one. But yeah, they're not going to worry about that.
Yeah, for this event, we've got basically we've got DA Stroke Task Force, we've got 2 cartels, we've got the police, and we've got a role player. So there's 5 groups of people in there, and the Defiant DS are organising those people throughout the event. So the guys doing the police are people who have done our events before. They've done police roles before for us, for other people. We know they can do that role with sort of like, not autonomous, but with limited support from us, or limited direction from us, or guidance from us. And so, yeah, we could, if we opened up to like 20 other guys who wanted to be coppers for the weekend, we would have to put 2 or 3 DS with them, and we want that police role to be, it's a part, but it's not an integral part of the event.
We know that at no point during Red Tide 3 will we have to speak to those police guys and go, guys, you shouldn't be getting your gun on yet, because their job is to integrate role play. That is what they will be doing. And they are a weird and sad bunch who prefer role play to shooting. What are you gonna do?
Well, yeah.
James, we've had 5 messages for ticket refund from the police.
Bloody Rozzers.
In terms of your events this year, we've obviously got, there's 2.
You've gone really quiet. What?
Oh, what's happened now?
Come on, Grandad. Yeah, that's better.
In terms of ticket sales, you've got 2 events running this year, so we don't want to spend the whole evening talking about Red Tide 3, because obviously Operation Machiavellian. No, I know, but in terms of
you're just doing 2. That's it.
Coming up.
Yeah, Mike has spoken.
You're not allowed
2.
anymore.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Stop being greedy.
Well, on that subject, actually, if anybody is interested in the rest of the events, you can also go onto our MilSim calendar on novemberfoxtrot.co.uk. That actually has events from Defiant, very nicely. We've also got BritTac, Octo8. We're looking at getting a few other companies on there as well. So if you are a MilSim organizer in any way and you want to add your events to that, or in fact use that to plan your events so you don't clash with others, feel free to do so. But going back to the question, you've obviously got Operation Machiavellian coming up in the next few months. Month.
Soonish.
6
March.
Yeah, it's soonish. It's coming up.
2 months.
What sort of, because that's a very different gameplay to Red Tide 3, so what sort of things will the players at that event be expecting?
I'll let Kevin head that one off.
So our normal events have been basically 2 sides where people have booked on to do good guy, bad guy, green, tan, police, DA, cartel, whatever we want to call it, okay? Machiavellian is slightly different, and it's drawn in some new people towards Defiant for that type of event. We've got a scenario, and Defiant is always very, very strongly scenario based. We've talked about role players, and we bring a lot of role play into our events. But what we're calling, because we've got 2 Machiavellian events in the calendar for this year, we've got Machiavellian and then we've got Machiavellian Bravo, are slightly different. So we're not selling tickets to both sides, okay? But it probably goes back to that police question to a certain extent, to address this as well. So Machiavellian is, I've only sold tickets for Task Force. It sold out in about 12 minutes, which was just phenomenal. It's a very small number event. I think it's like 36 Task Force tickets plus the DS on that side to run it. And we've got a number of people who are coming along to crew on that role play stroke op force side for the event. It's going to be very heavily intelligence based. It's going to be very heavily based on gaining and gathering intelligence and putting that together. And there's going to be the opportunity for direct action strike ops, going to be covert ops, all built into it. There is going to be explosive and dynamic entry throughout there as well for the guys on Task Force. And Defined, we are aiming to provide that Op 4. James doesn't know exactly when things are going to happen. The guy's booking in an Op 4, it is an unknown. But unlike when you've got Op 4 who are, well, they are thinking for themselves as well, but it's staged. The way I described something before was like, if somebody's in the military and they've done a training exercise, and at the end of that training exercise, they carry it out against a similar, army unit or something, doing an Op 4 or civilian role. That's what we're looking to do. It will give our customers, who are the guys who have booked on for the Task Force side of this, hopefully an experience which is completely different before. You know, you wouldn't, as an event organizer, you wouldn't have 30 guys doing up for standing around for 6-8 hours and not shooting a gun because they've paid money to shoot a gun. But task force will be looking for someone. The brief's up there on the website as well. They'll be looking for someone. There'll be intel coming in, and this event is designed towards those task force customers, compared to a normal, you know, red on blue type event. So it's slightly different. James, do you want to add to that?
Not really, because I wasn't listening to you.
All right.
Teamwork makes the dream work, James. Come on.
Yeah.
So James just said the next event
back to your run, mate.
Everyone. So
I love that.
Heavily story based, based around our customer set being those on task force. The event is designed for them, and we are bringing in you know, friends of Defiant, people who will be paying customers at our events, and they'll be coming to do a crew, and they'll be developing a situation for our task force customers and creating an event for them. So should be different, should be interesting, should be really exciting. And we've obviously got the first one, Machiavellian, and we've set up Machiavellian Bravo, which is on our website, and we'll have to do a site visit in 2 weeks' time to finalise that one as well. So yeah, more to come in that type of event.
Do you know roughly when the tickets for Bravo might be available, just to give people a bit of a heads up in advance? Very roughly.
We haven't really discussed it, but we'll see how ticket sales go for Red Tide 3. So we've got until July for Machiavellian Bravo.
Yeah.
So we've definitely got some time. I think it's important, to be honest, that we run Machiavellian first, being the first style of this event that we've done.
Yeah.
No doubt we won't get everything perfect, and there will be lessons learned, things to pull away. So we will do that analysis before we look to properly roll out Machiavellian Bravo. So yeah, I'm not giving you a direct answer to that one, and I'm aware of that, but you know that's
fine. I wasn't expecting you to go. Yeah, it's going to be at this hour on this day, etc., etc. But just it's just always it's always a good idea to kind of get.
But we won't do a quiz for it. That's right.
Well, talking of which, do you want to do question 2?
I'll do question 2. Yeah, no problem.
I love this music. Brilliant.
I could have done like a standby for question 2.
Standby. Bass drop.
It's brilliant. the same instructions, go. But it's the first letter of your answer will now make up the second letter of the password.
I'm playing along as well.
Question 2. What was the name of the drug kingpin from Red Tide 1? What was the name from the drug kingpin from Red Tide 1? I feel like I'm doing a pub quiz,
Meat raffle, come on.
Meat raffle.
I mean, I should be downing a pint between questions, shouldn't I?
Yeah, if you get it wrong, we all have to do a pint.
What's quite interesting is our number, because I can see the live count of who's watching, etc. And it drops off straight after the question and then comes back again. And I'm feeling it's switching away.
So we'll just sit here in silence for 5 minutes while everyone comes.
Come on, lads. Who's got 2 devices they can use?
Oh,
I know. So somebody messaged me to say that they'd be watching it on the TV, watching the live on the TV. They'd have their phone out, ready, to book a ticket, and a tablet out reading the website so that they could get the answers to the questions. So yeah, really doing the world of
dedication.
So guys, I don't know if you've got questions. I've got a few stacked up. So if you want to jump in with one, if not, I've got one.
I think we've got a few stacked up, haven't we? So I think we're.
No, that's fine. Well, I've got one that came in before the show. So this one came in from Will. He says, with the demise of Legion, are you looking at running events at Longmoor or any other CQB environment?
That's a great question.
I will start on that one gently, and I'm going to put another. So obviously we've got Red Tide, which is our Airsoft HQ, which is an urban environment. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Legion did a lot of their events on MOD sites. I think there's maybe a bit of a story there to actually think. So we are running our events that we've got planned for this year. Defiant are able to, are willing to, and happy to run on MOD sites. Let's think of the last 3, 4, 5 years. 3 years of pandemic did affect Airsoft on MOD sites. Mm-hmm. Since the pandemic has eased, we've obviously had the Ukraine situation, which has meant MOD sites have increased usage for training in Ukraine. That has an impact on all Airsoft event organisers, current and obviously when we start thinking towards Mike and the boys as well. We have diversified. We've always started off on Airsoft sites. We have the ability to use mod sites as well when they become available. I said Airsoft HQ is it's an urban site. It's an old RAF base. So we're using that as urban. If the other ones become available, and I personally believe it's not going to be in the immediate future, we can use them.
So
James.
We have links with Landmark, right? We have communications, and we have had for some time communications open with Landmark. It's just extremely busy at the moment. If we did get an event there, chances are we would get bumped off. Now, if the opportunity did come up, we would be capable of doing it, and we would be willing to do it. However, at this time anyway, given the challenges that Kevin described there, our standard method of operations at the moment is to use Airsoft sites, because we think that gives it means that we're not going to have to disappoint our customers, by cancelling events. And I know everybody wants an MOD site, but I tell you what, you'll still be pissed off if we cancel, won't you? So
that makes sense. Yeah, definitely. MOD
sites. It's always lastminute.com as well. It's not like you've got a good month's notice, or you're going to have to can it. It could be like 3 or 4 days before the event's supposed to happen.
Well, they've had it where it's been the day before, haven't they?
Yeah,
literally.
Like Legion have had it. It's just been like shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like there's nothing we can do. Rugs can be completely pulled.
I've had some very open conversations with both Landmark and the some training officers. And to be honest with you, for most MOD locations, Airsoft in the UK is just not going to happen at the moment. Mm-hmm. Okay? Or if it is going to happen, it's going to be rare, and the chance of getting bumped is high. So, we run a limited number of events a year, and we have busy lives as well. Not a sob story, but we just want to make sure that we're as successful as possible for for our players and our community. So it's an awkward one. We're out there. We want it, but we'll see. We'll see what the reality lays out for us.
Yeah, fair play, mate.
Yep, definitely. Blame Russia.
Blame Russia.
Yeah. Blame Russia.
If in doubt.
Russia. It's like even for the Ukraine situation, people were getting bumped off of mod sites because of the delay from the pandemic. Because units had not had the chance to go and train on like February sites. So I think if we say Ukraine, how long is that going to last? How long are our government going to rightfully spend its time in training Ukrainian soldiers? Then as with the pandemic, there's going to be a backlog of the training opportunities for our armed forces as well. So that comes into it too. So, we sat last year, we put together a calendar for the year. We got that out at the end of last year. It's on our website. And we had to make a hard decision. We could have penciled in A, B, and C on X, Y, and Z site, but what we've gone for is things that we know we can deliver. As James said, this is our hobby, this is our part-time, this is the thing we do on the side, it's not our job. And we want it to work. We don't want to be phoning people and messaging people with Friday night, the car's packed, the guns are packed, the food's been bought, the water's been bought, and said, sorry guys, mod have pulled it, and we've lost the site tomorrow. That's going to upset people. So I'd rather go what we can deliver, with a higher level of certainty. I won't say 100%, with a higher level of certainty, because as we know last year, sites like Camp Sparta was in the community. But Camp Sparta was always earmarked for redevelopment. And in the middle of last year, quite early on, just after our first event there, a couple of months after, Camp Sparta was closing.
Yeah, we just booked another event with them, and then they went, done. Yeah.
So, as I said earlier on, we talked about Legion. There's Airsoft sites as well that have recently closed down because they're coming up for redevelopment, and that's affected people further, like Sunday Skirmish. So, we've got to be fluid, and I think I'd rather turn around and I'd rather under promise and over deliver than say we can get you 20 mod events a year and people book money and we've got to refund them and we just piss people off. That's not what we're about.
No, that's fair enough, mate.
No, that's good.
Yeah. I do like Longmore as a site. Just
I love it.
Love Longmore. Yeah.
I mean, I've not visited many of the other ones. I'd like to go to Bramley, but I've not been to any of the others.
Get me right. Ripe's my favourite.
I've never been there.
Yeah.
Like I think I said on a chat the other day, I would do unspeakable things to people to get hold of Ripe.
You did, James,
and you heard that
very
first.
odd in the conversation after that. So.
We went quiet for about an hour after that, didn't we?
Yeah. We did. We all had to kind of, just start wiping things from our phones and calling our lawyers.
It went deep quickly.
Torch to your hard drive,
Where's them magnets? Where's them big magnets? Quick.
Right, let's roll into questions.
I wipe memory from IT, so it's fine. Genuinely do.
Yeah, it's awkward when you have to do it for your hobby, though, isn't it? Should we roll into question 3?
When is hobby not a hobby?
Ooh, question 3.
Question 3. Bass drop.
If we do this again, I'm definitely going to record some.
You've got to do a bass drop at the end of that. I'm just waiting for a banger to start playing. Just waiting for it. Oh, there's no song at the end.
All right, you ready? What's the name of the synthetic opioid drug being produced during Red Tide 2?
Oh, I know that one.
What was the name of the synthetic opioid drug being produced during Red Tide 2? Wasn't that long ago.
Oh, it was for me. I've had many sleeps since then. Tramadol.
Many sleepless nights, and no, it wasn't caffeine.
No.
There was a lot of caffeine and a lot of tobacco.
Yeah, it's done that weekend. Yeah. Wait a second.
That would actually be an interesting thing if the DA stopped you for certain. They think you're holding materials or something like that. They stop you and you actually have to do a test.
Quick plug for Ollie.
What
Get
coffee
that plug out, Ollie.
Yeah, love that. Coffee in a bag, can't go wrong.
Right, should we do a question? We've got another question come in. Operator, what's James's shampoo?
Beard shampoo.
I suppose you could ask Kevin that, yeah.
The same as mine, wash and gone,
Wash and gone.
Brasso, anything like that.
Brasso.
Mr. Pledge.
That's why the next time James asks me to shave his beard, I'm also going to bring my drill with a buffing sponge on the end of it, just to do a full ensemble.
A full-on DA over the top of his head.
I'd have him leaving my
James, I'd just like to point out, I'm not getting involved with this. And I'm not on your side, but at the same time, I'm not taking part. So if that in any way, warrants our friendship to be retained after this chat, that'd be great.
You want a fucking ticket or something, Mike? Get your name out.
Me and Lance will practice our wax on, wax off technique.
I think I want. No, what I want is
wax off Kevin. Yeah.
I want to be. I want Kev one side and James the other, so I could be the pilot in flight of the navigator.
What a joke and what a reference!
Oh, I really hope.
Wait,
there will be a meme of that. I can't wait for that.
There will.
That sounds more like a Mike comment, doesn't it? Yeah.
it's coming with the the world being what it is, where it will be extremely wrong to joke about follically challenged people. So get out while you can.
This is going to come back
legally.
In 10 years.
It's not a protected characteristic, so unfortunately, it's not discrimination. So
not yet.
Funnily enough, I think we've had this chat. But it's the same as gingers. You can legally discriminate someone for being ginger. Because it's not a protected characteristic.
A protected what? Like they're a protective species, like pandas.
No, I'm saying they're not because they're not.
They're not.
Yeah, they're not sort of breeding them in captivity, are they?
But I thought they said a couple of newspapers ago that they said that they were an endangered species of the human race.
Really?
They are when the sun's out.
Yeah, well, that's why I like Facebook, because it's got that thing in it where ginger people can mark themselves safe when it's like a heat wave or something.
Yeah.
You might not know this, but before Kevin lost his hair, he had a big ginger afro. It was, yeah.
I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
He actually looked like a circus clown.
I was going to say Shaggy out of Scooby-Doo, but...
The question is, when you go back to talking about quiffs, it's like, yeah, I will share mine. I'll share mine in the NoFo chat.
mine's getting there. Could I be fully head shaven? Could I?
Yeah.
Beard and head next time.
No, I nearly did it, but I bottled it last minute.
Mine is, but I need to cut.
I got to there. I was like, nope.
I'll tell you what, I'll turn up with the clippers for the next event and pay you back for my pedo tash.
No, you looked beautiful with that. No,
you look stunning.
I was genuinely disappointed, like I've said before. I was like, oh, you actually look really good. That's terrible.
My missus was not happy with it for a very long time. She did still grab hold of the thing.
When she sat there and watching TV in the living room, you just creep up to the window. I'm home.
To be honest, I entirely forgot that I looked like a twat.
And then he shaved his mustache.
I'd be talking to people, not forgetting that I hadn't spoken to them for a couple of weeks with this, or for a week, with this ridiculous tash going on. I also I didn't forget. Well, he ain't gonna watch this. I kind of forgot that my older brother's wedding was 2 weeks after that, so I had a beard to grow in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
To cover up the stupid tash.
Did you go with the knitted one off Amazon? You could just put over your ears.
Leave it in.
No, to be fair, what I did is I thought and pushed really hard and grew as much stubble as I could, and then shaved. Yeah. And then shaved the tash down to match as much as possible.
Yeah. Oh yes, worked.
Right, just bringing it back to, because loads of people are messaging me loads of questions, and they're now starting to message me privately because I'm ignoring them. We've had a question in about drones. So for RT3, are drones allowed for the event? If there are no fly zones, but better to ask them.
I don't actually know about the no-fly zones, but I will be finding out in 2 weeks' time. If we are clear to fly drones, then that's not a problem. We do make sure that anybody that's flying a drone at our event has got insurance and £5 million public liability. It's all in our rules and stuff. And you have to present us with that certificate.
Is this for Tuddenham, isn't it?
All of our events. All of our events.
So he was talking Red Tide 3, but this is for all events. Because the reason for that is I don't really fancy paying out because somebody's crashed a drone into somebody's face. Really,
yeah,
to be honest,
that would be bad.
Yeah,
and that's why full face pro is such an important thing.
Yeah, because your little
the aerial bombardment that you may suffer.
It's okay, I've got a gun shield in. It's fine.
You might not want a moustache, but if you get hit by a DJI Mini,
you're going to get one.
I'm
a qualified pilot, and I brought my helicopter along, but I've just crashed into you. That's fine.
Also, if you have insurance, in a roundabout weird kind of a way, it proves that you're kind of one step above that baseline amateur, and that you're maybe taking yourself a little bit more serious, and you've spent some time on the drone and got to know it, and you're not going to crash it into somebody's new Ford Ranger, and that goes out to somebody specifically that I watched at one of our events. Yes, luckily. It was
Luckily,
okay.
It was a Ford Ranger and nothing else.
Yeah. Can I bring my
the drone was fine.
Thank God for that. The drone was all right.
I got given a remote control Apache helicopter. Can I bring that?
Just for scale.
Just
for scale purposes. Yeah.
No, it's
just for the pictures.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, because I want to play with that.
I will bring it along.
Right, next question we had. How many tickets are on sale from each team? That's come from Just Georgie.
We have 100 in total. Actually, I think we have 101 just because I failed math. We have.
Fair enough.
I've got 36. Do people really want to watch me go into a brain meltdown trying to think
Absolutely, yes.
100%.
Yes, 100%.
People pay for them.
Let's have quiz music, Mike, while James works out.
The only one I've got is the intro to the quiz.
Pythagoras and trigonometry.
No pressure.
Do they want to know because they want to know how many tickets are available, or do they want to know so they can figure out the numbers of the opposition? In which case, go and do fucking recce.
Blimey, I think you're overthinking it, James.
No. He's got
stalling, Jimmy. Get on with it.
The answer to the question is not enough for everybody, but the maximum amount that we would put on sale for that.
Enough for 101.
Yeah.
Some. To be fair, if you work out the password and you look on the website where the tickets are available, it has a number of the tickets remaining left.
There we go. See?
It has a spooky countdown.
No.
The other thing to add as well is like, from a Defiant point of view, we will never sell so many tickets just to make money. Where we wouldn't sell it for 200 tickets if we thought it was going to make it. If we wouldn't sell 200 tickets just to make money, we would sell 100 tickets because we believe we can provide a good event for 100 people. So it's not about as many as we can. It's about as many as we can sleep, we can park, we can do safely, we can build in, and between the sides are actually balanced.
That's the key. That's the key.
Well, okay. The other thing is, we don't think there's any more than 101 people that could put up with James, which could be better. It was both ways, mate. It was both ways.
It's 101 people who would pay to put up with me. I mean, that's wow.
Some that, probably three-quarters of that probably people for a glutton for punishment who've been there before and dealt with it, and then the
willing
other lot
to do it,
haven't experienced it yet and won't again afterwards.
There's 100 people that want to see Harry, and then there's Harry, so that's 101. You know, that's
this isn't the view of the podcast, but Matt has asked, you don't like AI 500's model then?
I completely agree with that, absolutely. And that was a hand in the air, that wasn't a salute or anything, that was a hand in the air, just a fun angle.
Somebody, in recent weeks, all right, full disclosure, recent weeks, people have asked if we will do a non-MilSim style event, which will be a force-on-force. It will still have objectives, but it wouldn't be properly scenario-based. There'd be no role play, that sort of stuff, and open it up to a larger number of people, have basically an all-out scrap. Okay, it's not really our style. If there is a demand for it, we'd do it. I think the biggest positive in my mind comes that it would be a bloody fantastic social, you know. So I can see the advantage there. Kevin hates the idea. I'm still thinking about it. But either way,
I'm washing my hair that weekend.
Yeah, I'm helping him.
Either way,
Kev said there'll be gin there, so I'm going as gin.
Always. And red wine by the caseload.
Oh, my man.
Even if we did opt to do it, all right, and I'm not saying that we would, but even if we did, it wouldn't be happening this year anyway. So because we're too busy. So yeah, that's that. I just kicked over my rum.
No,
no.
That's right. It's got cork in it. It's got cork in it.
Right.
Don't worry, got it. Jar of dirt. I've got a jar of dirt.
Why is the rum gone?
Why is
the rum gone? Because James kicked it over.
I've got a shout out to Kenny Rebel. I hear you're a racist now, Lance. # Father Ted. Mate, probably one of the funniest episodes of Father Ted I've ever seen, yeah. Fair play, man. That's old school comedy. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have to watch that tonight now. Fair play, nice one.
I'm gingerly waiting for James to finish pouring his drink so we could roll into the next question.
Come on, we got questions.
Ready for the bass drop. Hands in the air if you want to go faster. Oh.
It's like BBC News. If you
isn't it? Oh, and we've killed Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin's got to get his rave gloves on. Kevin's got to dig out his old rave gloves and his whistle.
It's so much excitement, he's had to change his pants.
Kevin's now digging around for glow sticks. He's looking at the IR ones and not.
Where's my glow sticks and white gloves?
All right, next question.
Okay, now the answer to this one was actually mentioned earlier this evening. So hey, there's a clue to the question to follow. Right? What was the 3-letter acronym for the CIA detachment at Red Tide 2? 3-letter acronym for the CIA detachment that was present at Red Tide 2.
Oh.
Not R. Not
No,
R.
not R.
I was going R.
I was going
R. Not Romeo. R. R. Like Alan Partridge. R. Ha ha. FSB. Well, you know. if Trump is still in power, then it might well have been.
There's a lot of misinformation going on WhatsApp.
Right, so another question that came in. Are you planning to do a spin-off of Operation Merlin?
Ooh.
Do people really want that? I mean, no, to be fair. We never intended to do a spin-off of Red Tide. We never intended Red Tide to become a series. And now it's a full-blown cult. So I don't bastards. Now you said
Right,
that, because for the purity, I've got a shitload of pyro left over from that we can still use.
Any excuse, yes. That's a yes.
We issued Kevin with so much pyro to use, and I think he forgot about it because it all came back, and it's all sitting in my war office upstairs.
Good thing you don't smoke.
Kevin,
Do you smoke, Kev? No, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. No.
What's wrong with Kev? Kev, you fancy a Merlin Part 2?
Right.
That was a big sigh, that was.
Yeah, big sigh. So what I would say is it was never our intention to do Red Tide 2 or Red Tide 3. All right. So, James had Defiant before. He stopped doing Defiant. We did some events over about a year or so. And just as the pandemic hit, we started talking about starting to do Defiant events again. And our first idea was this idea of a Red Tide event. It happened to, it had really good feedback. It had, a lot of our events had good feedback. Merlin had positive and negative, so we learned a lot from Merlin. A lot of that constructive feedback we will apply towards doing our event at Red Tide 3 at HQ, being an urban site. If an event has got a logical follow-on, I see a point in doing it. One of the other events we've got for our calendar is Avalon, which is similar in style, perhaps, to what Merlin was. So yeah, I don't know how it finished really to turn around and say that it's follow-on, but Red Tide has got a sequence.
If you have a quick Google of what Avalon means, what Avalon is, you will see that it may have some form of connection.
Link. Yeah, it does. It does have a little bit of a link, back to that one as well. So that's to be honest, that's mostly because Merlin was our first urban event, and we didn't think we got it right.
we were definitely one of our harshest critics on that. I mean, there was definitely some negatives on that, and we thought, well, we can do this better, so we want to evolve, and then we came up with the idea for Avalon, which is it's not a storyline follow on, but it's our version of let's put right the mistakes that we previously made.
Yeah.
So
I'm loving the chat, by the way. There's so we've got question. What about Red Tide 4?
It's already planned.
Clax Fight says, "Yo, Red Tide 4 between 3 is even kicked off yet." Pony Tony, Red Tide 7, hit fast, hit hard. Operational Operator, Red Tide 8, feet James with a Zimmer frame.
James with a Zimmer frame.
I did say at Red Tide 10, I'll just hand over the baton to Harry and be like...
It'd be old El Jamo, wouldn't it? Old El Jamo.
Now,
sure, that'd be Red Tide X.
You know, if you watched,
Red Tide X.
If you've watched Breaking Bad, which I'm sure you have, I'll be the old Mexican dude in the wheelchair shitting himself with a belt.
Sorry, Rich says Red Tide 9 is setting out in space.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic outer space Red Tide 9. Love it.
The leader of the cartel is known as L-arthritis or something, you know?
Yeah. Right, should we do another question?
No, I'm getting cuddles.
I know you are, but people are keen. People are shouting at me.
People need the answers.
Give me questions. Give the question.
And we don't have long left.
No, they're all still here. Marky Mark says we need to do this at the end of this. Tranja!
Finish him.
Are we ready?
Big shout out. Can I just say, just very quickly, because I know everyone's listening at this point, but big shout out to Marky Mark because he's been actively creating social images for us, completely off his own back for sharing around to try and promote the podcast for this award that we've obviously been shortlisted for, and it's very nice of him to have done that. So, shout out to him.
Job, Marky Mark. I'm the social media bloke.
Makes a change for taking the piss out of us every week, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think he's starting to feel a little bit of guilt. That's why he did it. Keeps memeing the shit out of us.
I just want to... How many questions have I asked so far? I think I'm on...
This is question 5. I might have got confused previously, so this is question 5.
Somebody on our chat did ask if the password is case sensitive.
And it is.
Which it is. But yeah, it's put it all in capitals and you will be golden. All right? Because big letters and better, isn't it? All right?
Yeah, man. You sound like you're shouting.
Right. Question number 5. Fucking dog.
That's not the question.
So that's an
weird
F.
answer.
Get kicked off my own sofa, my own casting couch by this bitch. Right. Okay, so listen in. In Red Tide 3, what is the name of the warehouse where $10 million worth of contraband is being stored? Oh, you have to read the website, won't you, Lance? In Red Tide 3, what
Alfred's
name? So the name of the website is a 3-letter, it's a 3-letter acronym again. But yeah, what is the 3-letter acronym? The name of the warehouse where $10 million worth of contraband is being stored?
Blue Block Storage.
I mean, some El Hatcher representative you are. You've got
Big
no
batty
fucking
gal.
idea what's going on in the town that you just walked into.
Yes, blood. You get me. Big batty gal. Could be.
So they're not going to find it then?
No.
We'll put it on the map just for you, Harry.
I love that. Danny, 3-letter acronym. Danny puts Funhouse. Sorry, I meant the Funhouse.
Dyspraxia, dyslexia.
Is it Beds, Bathrooms and Beyond?
Beds, Bathrooms and Beyond.
I can't actually remember what it is.
Question. Ryan's put a question in there. You might want to pick up their mic.
Which one?
Oh, Kevin's become the boss.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, Kevin's taking
Right.
I am the
That's
captain
our
now.
I'm just
No, it's fine. It's very helpful.
I'm being
Yeah.
caring.
Okay, so as alluded to earlier, my profession is actually in data security. So it's not a guessable word.
It's in binary.
No, to be fair, I couldn't be fucked to work out an actual word that went along with a bunch of questions that were to do with Red Tide. So yeah, they're just random.
Ooh.
Oh, so you can't even guess it.
I bet someone's sitting there now with lists and lists of letters in different orientations. Going, shit, you absolute toss bag. Why didn't you say that at the start?
Well,
Danny has literally just put in the chat anal.
Anal.
Thanks, Danny.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, completely agree.
Richard said
didn't
it
he
is
say there were 6
hexadecimal.
questions and he's gone with anal? I mean,
Yeah.
If in doubt,
If you're not
down.
sure where to go,
Anal.
he's
just go.
just done question 5 and he's gone anal. Yeah.
Right,
either that
so
or an alarm's gone off on his phone and it's a reminder. Oh shit, anal. I knew I forgot
question
something.
from Richard McRae.
To be fair, an alarm's just gone off on my phone.
And it-
for the
it
lads
doesn't
on the
say
chat
anal.
that will know, yeah, it's something to do with insulin, something to do with that their diabetes. So,
Diabetes.
I got the beaties. I got the diabetes.
That's the case.
we had a question
Too
from-
much coke. Not enough. Stuff in there. Yeah.
nah, we're good.
A question from Richard McRae. Ask these two if we can have really loud bangs at a game, including the use of explosive methods of entry.
Richard, he is
Swiftly
literally
after
one of the
anal.
staff. Fuck off.
He does. He has said. He followed it up with, "It just gives me a chance to blow more shit up."
If we
I
have
think
a
why not?
site,
Yes.
if we have a site which is decibel allowing, the problem with it is our insurance. If we get some plum that goes, "Oh, I got a bit deafened when you went through that door and it got blown to dust," yeah. So that's why typically everyone goes, Mark 5, no louder. Maybe at a Machiavellian event where it's a little bit smaller numbers, and people will actually listen to a fucking brief. That is a possibility.
Well,
He may or may not have been talking about blowing doors down with Mark 9s at one point. We'll see.
if I put a ram onto the front of Lance's vehicle, can we just drive that through a door?
I mean, there's only one way to find out.
Doable. Could do that.
It's doable. I can weld something.
Once
up
I've
at work.
replaced the front lower ball joint,
When
we'll be
you
all
say
right.
go through the door, we just go into the door, surely, because you're not going to. The doors are only that wide.
When you say
they're
ram,
not gonna be-
do you mean some sort of welded metal thing, or do you mean a goat?
Go.
I can put a goat on. I can put a goat onto a
And then we'll
metal
cook it
welded
after.
thing.
Roadkill.
Lance's little crafting.
Slapping doors with roadkill.
Just see this goat's head smashing through this little door.
Oh, it's got to be the goat one, the tongue, innit?
Yeah.
As he comes through. Oh, surrender.
Right, I'd just like to announce that Ed Seligilly has entered the chat. So good evening.
Hey.
Welcome. Oh, wow. Whoa.
Ed says everyone is talking about Defiant Events. Can't wait to get on the preferred players list for 2023. The question is, how do I get on the preferred live players list for 2023?
There's no such thing, really, Ed. But you can join our community WhatsApp chat and pay fucking attention and join NoFo lives early, right?
Yeah,
and listen
Ed.
to fucking quiz questions, and then you might be able to book on before every other bugger. But no,
Yeah, Ed.
it's late.
Ed.
Taking liberties.
A big respect.
Billy.
I like Eddie.
Right.
He's a good one.
Just before we do the last question, because I'm anticipating that we're going to lose most of our listeners at that point. Next
had
week
enough
we've
of
got.
This confidence is marvellous.
Yeah.
Get
Just
the
being
plugs and
practical.
advertisement now. Yeah.
Next week we've got the United Kingdom Airsoft ladies on the chat, so they're going to be coming on
Yep.
talking about their
What,
experiences.
James
So it's
2
an
weeks
all-
running. Yeah.
It's an all-female team. We've got them coming on.
Northern Division.
Northern Division. So there will be there will be a translator on to translate to Southern for those of us that might struggle.
We get Kevin to do that for you.
Bear with us. We'll have Kev's going to be on the translate.
It'll be like the scene from Hot Fuzz where they're all standing listening to the father.
To south.
Yeah.
Oh dear. If anyone wants to get in touch with us in the meantime with some questions, obviously you can hit us up on our Instagram, but you can also email at nofochat@hotmail.com. Our Instagram is @November_Foxtrot_NoFo, and the website is novemberfoxtrot.co.uk. If you're interested, if you're not aware, our website, we've been redeveloping it over the last month. There's loads of more bits and pieces on there now. We've got a MilSim terminology jargon buster. We've got a MilSim lingo bingo that you can download.
That's good fun.
We've got an events calendar, which is ever growing. We're building a knowledge section. So there's lots and lots going to be developing on that in the next year. That's one of our big goals. Obviously, as well, if you're interested, please check out our socials. If you'd like to nominate us or vote for us for the 13th Player Airsoft Choice Awards, I'm going to keep pushing it because I really want to win at this point. I'm not going to lie. Being nominated was genuinely awesome. And that's the level
we
that
was it. Yeah.
But if we win it, I'm going to be like...
You won't be able to stop him.
The following week because Mike will be sulking.
Well, Mike said if we win this award, Mike's going to get a tattoo.
I will get a tattoo of the Fox logo on me somewhere.
I mean, I don't know how to tattoo.
Oh, God, no.
But it will be filmed live from the tattoo parlour.
I'll get a tattoo of the Fox on me somewhere.
And me and Andy get to choose where it goes on his body.
Fair,
that's not happening.
Yeah, it is.
I went into a tattoo shop and asked to have the Defiant logo tattooed on my upper thigh area. Ooh. And the tattoo artist went, "I'm not doing that. Fuck off." And I was like, "Fine then."
Inner upper thigh.
It's because of the way you creepily asked, James. And you're going to put it on my upper thigh.
Upper thigh on the inside.
Right, if you could just lift the ball and just put it there, that'd be grand.
I wanted it to hang out
with the balls. Brace the balls.
I wanted it on show with silkies, you know? That was Crocs, silkies, tat.
I tell you what you should have, mate. Have the old little bows on the backs of your legs with the Defiant in the middle bit of each bow. So it looks like you've got stockings on.
I've got a better idea. I'm going to get the Croc logo done on my ankle. Just either side of the Croc logo. Forever Croc. Oh,
I think you should get the Defiant logo on your big toe. On the top of your knuckle and the big toe. That's what you should get.
It's only a matter of time before I lose my toes anyway. Fuck it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you ain't got to worry about it then, have you? If it's shit, then you just got to wait a few years. Let it be off.
Yeah, and if it's really good and you like it, you could put your toe in a little jar and keep it up.
Yeah, pickle it. Like my CDT teacher pickled his appendix. They kept it on his desk. Marvellous.
Some formaldehyde and keep it, yeah.
Right, should we do the question? Let's do the question.
Oh, look, there you go.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we're talking about pickling toes, for goodness sake.
It's an option.
When rations are running around.
Out of the MRE.
Anyone got any of that pickled toe left? Delicious. With a bit of cheese.
Pickled toe juice.
Pickled toe. You could have that with some balsamic vinegar and dipping bread, couldn't you?
Mike, let me know when you want to do this question. Yeah?
Let's do the question.
Because I'm getting scooched off the seat by the fucking dog. This is slightly different to the other ones. All of the other ones, the answer has been a letter. This one is a number.
Oh, might get this one.
It is. I hope everyone gets this one. Right? It is a 2-digit number, and you have to put the entire 2 digits in to finish off the password. Okay. So if the 2-digit number is 38, you put 38 at the end of the password that you figured out so far. Right, okay. So, if you don't get this one, if you don't get this one, you don't deserve a ticket, let's put it that way.
Yeah,
you've been told.
Yeah.
What is the planned duration? People have already got it, haven't they? The planned duration of Red Tide 3.
Oh,
I say planned duration. It might rain, and then all of the cartels will go home because they're pussies.
Oh,
Yes.
That's the plan.
I just point out the last event, I was sitting there. I'd only been there for like 2 hours, and I was sitting there, and it was raining. And you guys went, "Oh, guys, there's a big storm. We have to go home now."
We can't turn up and be like, "I was staying throughout the rainstorm." No, you didn't. The DEA.
I was there.
My cry's going to get wet. I've got to go.
Well, the DEA
Back to the cars.
They helped me get the radio antennas down in case we got a radio, a lightning strike, because we had a 6-meter antenna.
And he's on top of the fort. Come on!
Yes! I'm getting tickets going through.
Ooh. Tick, 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 tick.
Someone's figured it out.
I'll tell you what, it'd be interesting to see
tickets, bitches.
how many tickets you sell between now and like the next 15-20 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. Good show.
I say 15-20 minutes. I mean, we're probably going to end the show in 10. But like,
how long is your lag, Mike? I mean, come on.
No,
after everyone goes, I still just sit here. I just wait for the next episode in the next week. I don't go anywhere.
Just switch like C-3PO when he starts pissing everyone off. Just click his neck and he goes.
Sleep. Back on.
What's your view count gone down to now, Mike?
We're 55, so we're still quite high.
Oh, well done,
the peak this evening has been 61. So
the password is, right, for those 55 remaining. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. End of the credits. Wait, there's always a secret at the end of the credits. Remember that.
Yeah, there's always a secret.
Yeah,
so we're doing all 5 questions together.
Sorry?
Yeah, James, do you want to read through them all?
James?
I scribbled them out as I went through so I wouldn't get muddled.
I reckon the rum's kicked in now. These might all be different.
I mean, my phone is blowing the fuck up right now. If I put it next to my mic, I wonder if you can. Let me know if you can hear it. Can you hear it vibrating?
Yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've got a gap. Anyway,
this is cutting edge podcast.
Quality viewing.
Adventures of Zulu just said, "Got it," and I'm not a fucking idiot.
Yes. Go on, Zulu. Good lad.
Right. Question 1 was I scribbled it all out just to make sure I didn't do the same question twice. In what US city is Red Tide 3 being set? Question 2 was, what was the name of the drug kingpin in Red Tide 1? Question 3, what was the name of the synthetic opioid being produced during Red Tide 2? Question 4 was, what was the 3-letter acronym for the CIA detachment at Red Tide 2? Question 5 was, in Red Tide 3, what is the name of the warehouse where $10 million of contraband is being stored? And the last question, question 6, is what is the planned duration of Red Tide 3?
Ooh.
Good show, yeah.
Nicely done.
I like Operation Operator just going through the answers. And they're to clarify, all wrong, because I don't want to steer anyone in the duff direction. But we've got London, Ali G, Crayons, BBG, which stands for apparently the Big Batty Warehouse, and 96 hours.
Big Batty Gal.
Oh, Big Batty Gal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course, sorry. Yes, BBG and Big Batty Warehouse. Sorry, it confused me because it's.
Come on, 96 hours. Oh, I'd be tired after
easy.
that.
I'd be tired.
Imagine the amount of stag rotations during them hours.
Yeah.
Do you know how many stand twos?
Contact!
Just one.
How many stand twos and contacts were shouted during the 96 hours?
Just one stag rotation, but it's a 36-hour spin.
Yeah.
Did you see that goblin run past?
If anyone's interested, there is a handy, helpful guide to explain what the various terminology are for contact, stand to, and the like on the website. I highly recommend that some people read it.
I remember one of your lives from a while back where, for some reason, you went into the conversation of useful games to play to keep you as alert while you're on stag.
Oh, yes, that was brilliant.
Yes.
And the one that got me was bogeys, right? Now, I myself, Machiavellian's coming up, right? I'm going to get my ghillie on. I'm going to crawl my way, belt buckle, proper ghost crawl it up. all the way up to a team's OP and just go, bogeys, and then crawl away again.
Sorry, James, just quickly, can you confirm if El Hatcher's sold out? We're getting a few people in the chat ask the question.
Geez. I mean, I'll find out.
I'm refreshing the website and it says 22 available, and it does seem to be decreasing
quite quickly.
Hatcher. Well, mind you, I do look like wishy-washy now, don't I?
To be fair, I cannot tell you because it's happening too quickly.
So the website currently shows 22 available. No, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean,
working 16 apparently for DEA. 25 available for the role players.
Yeah,
do you want to explain the role playing bit?
I'm seeing 22 on El Hatcher. There is a delay between what is actually on the website and the kind of the website commerce base that I'm able to look at. So yeah, there is a bit of a lag.
So do you want to explain the civilian role?
Oh yeah, that's a good shout, isn't it?
Cannon fodder.
That's cruel.
Cannon fodder and leverage for us.
It's like that scene from has anyone seen the film Gamer, where whatever his name is, there's the people all dressed in white. It's like they're in this sort of virtual game, and the people dressed in white to get out of prison just have to survive one game, but they're just walking around doing nothing, and they just get shot at.
Sounds like a wicked film.
It's that's your civilian role.
No. Right. Okay. So basically, there is a load of people out there who, like I said, are sad buggers, and they get their thrills from doing role play. Right? No, to be fair,
tactical Velcro for Kev.
What?
Kev's getting ready. He's off.
An operator.
He's going for it. He's playing.
Kev, nobody pick up a rifle because YouTube will shut us down. Just to clarify.
I know.
No. It's my new present. So the idea of the role.
Yeah, boy.
James, you're tempted. If you want to put it on, just put it on, James. Go on.
No, I'm trying to figure out if Darts wearing multicam, because that's not on your uniform rules, mate. Take it off.
Who's that, me?
Yeah.
Do it like, mate, gangster.
No.
No, I won't be wearing this, don't worry.
Okay, so yeah, the role play role. There are people out there that really enjoy doing the role play stuff, or potentially we sell out of tickets, but people still want to get involved and have a weekend away with their mates, that kind of thing. Okay, we have this grand idea of being able to put in civilians into an airsoft event. Okay, because we've seen it all too many times. When things have got spicy, the task force will start rocking around, throwing grenades around every corner, going around, fight. What happens when you start putting actual civilians in the mix? So you have to be aware of your ROEs at all times. We will also use those civilians to drive the event, drive the role play. So they could be buying drugs off of El Hatcher, buying drugs off of the other cartels. You know, they could be reporting to the police. Yeah, as well as going about their day-to-day life, and it puts a little bit of just another layer onto an event. That's look. If it doesn't happen, if we don't sell any, it's not a problem. I say sell; they're up for sale, but they're at £0. You know, and that's just so
they've been reduced apparently. According to the website, they're £0, but they're on offer from £0.
Black Friday sale, isn't it?
We will pay you. No, yeah. The idea. So the idea there, and the only reason we technically put them up for sale is so that we get people's names and email addresses, so that we can add them to groups, so that we can do waivers and all that sort of stuff. So we don't want a situation where we have, and I don't think it would happen anyway, but 80 people turn up at the gate and go, "Excuse me, I'm here to do role play," right? And we don't know who the hell they are.
Mr. Shakespeare.
Yeah.
I think Mike, it's on one of your recent chat calls was a conversation about different events, whatever else. So what we're trying to put in for the community is this idea that not everyone is going to be a combatant, and both sides are going to have to use these roles and people in a way to support them. And as James said, Task Force DA can't go around and start storming, banging doors, or otherwise, we've got Houston Police, we've got DA, we've also going to have state officers. You know, someone's liable to have criminal prosecution made against them in the future. Because there are people to actually look at that as well. So, you know, the
DEA do no wrong. All right, that is my official view on the shit. The DEA do no wrong. Never have done, never will do. It's a good bunch of lads, always on the right side of the law, apart from when no one's looking. Right?
Yeah.
Well, it's
So, I mean, there is a question there.
DEA chat already. Peace.
There is a question there, Richard McRae. What happened at the football match?
Richard, fuck off! Stop throwing shit. There was no football match.
It was just genocide, wasn't there?
I think it
wasn't a football match.
I mean,
that was a football match. It was a good match.
Right? As cartels or local populace, you can't tell that you turned up with no ill intent, with a fucking gun truck, pockets full of grenades, and we witnessed you hide guns behind trees on the outskirts of the area that you're going to play football in, right? There was definitely some intent there. And, yeah, like I said, if you read the brief or read the history, we're not quite sure who shot first. But
definitely the bad guys, though.
We're not sure.
Definitely the bad guys.
We're not sure who shot first.
The baddies.
But it has been investigated, and DEA have been cleared of all wrongdoings in that instance.
Of course, I have.
Yeah.
To be fair, I had, because I was guarding that guy in that container for no reason.
Yeah. And I wasn't shooting because I was watching James shimmy into the Portaloo.
I shot a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna hold my hands up. I shot a lot. As soon as it kicked off, that was it. My finger did not come off that trigger.
What's your Pew's news, Mike? And I was like, pew pew pew.
I take my gun and I go pew 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 pew.
There was a bloke on the berm. Did he have a gun? Dunno, but he's dead. You know.
Well, the DEA were all too busy shouting contacts and stand to, so like...
Well, the lads that were next to me on the entrance on the left hand side of the football game, one of them was just pyro happy. He literally laid them all out on one of the tables and was like, "Gum lob, gum lob, gum lob." I was like, "What are you doing?" I said, "You're killing."
Oh, bye, Andy.
Andy's gone.
The internet
Don't know what happened there.
Out of thin air. Literally got swallowed there by us one.
There is people messaging me privately or messaging the Defiant Instagram or Defiant, Facebook. I'm not answering because I'm here.
Stop it.
With you tonight, I can see that somebody managed to book 2 tickets when we strictly said
say one.
Yeah, it's all over the website, 1 per person. I know you haven't read it, but I'll refund you. Don't worry. Yeah, it will sort that out. And you just look, now you look like a numpty because I've called you out on air. But,
silly boy.
Silly.
Yeah.
Terry said Andy has left a book on.
Yeah.
Andy's there, mate.
I'm here. I'm going. That's it. I'm booked on. I got dual technologies.
I got all the tech, mate. I got all the tech.
Right, so there's a few very quick questions I want to try and cover if we can. So we'll keep it to sort of an hour and a half. First question I've got is, this one's from me personally, but what sort of sneaky bits of information can we glean from you about this event? Is there anything unique or novel going to happen? Red Side 3.
Yeah, I'm going to be there, and you'll fucking love it.
Oh. Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Are you going to have a sexy tash again?
Have you got a charity running at the moment, guys?
We don't.
We will have. For that.
Can do.
Yeah, we will do. Yeah, 100% we will do.
Give me 20 minutes, I'll have it set up after the show.
Or should we give him a day off? Should we give him a day off for this one? Save it for the...
No.
No? Oh.
No.
Sorry, James.
Yeah, Kevin, is there anything we want to share about Red Tide?
So I suppose the thing Roy says, if you've played any of our events before or our Red Tide events before, there's going to be things which It's going to be the same vibe, the same people, the same quality of experience you're going to have. There are going to be things which are going to...
I'm going to try very hard not to shit myself, right? That's important.
Please do that.
Puke.
Or
run into doors.
Run into doors while puking.
And shitting,
And shitting,
So, it's like... Well, I'm not going to name another event organizer who does lots of events around the same theme. We want Red Tide 3 to be different to Red Tide 2. If you've done the previous ones, you're going to say, yeah, that was good. We loved that. That was great. That was a development story. We enjoyed it. If you're new to us, you can join this event and you will hopefully feel part of the Red Tide family, if we're going to call it that way.
Even though it just forced you to read all the back history in order to do a quiz.
But to be honest, it's like going to an event. I would, I really respect someone doing that, and that part of the reason why we did there tonight is that you're coming on board for this event for your first event with us, and you understand a little bit of the background, whatever else. So El Hatcher have had a bit of a journey, and we've had different people playing El Hatcher and doing El Hatcher across there. It has been something embryonic. It's developed itself. Is that right? Embryonic, and it's been our players. It's been our players who have made it an event. So if there is a Red Tide 4, it's because of the way we all play Red Tide 3.
If, Evan? We run
way to 10 now.
Come on, confidence, man.
Right, the quiz for 10 will be essay questions.
Yeah.
As I said, if there's a Red Tide 4, it's because the scenario leaves it and our players want it, As I said, I don't want us to become a rinse and repeat type event organizer. Two questions come up. So, there is a Red Tide 4. Ideas have already been floated. Basically, if it's your first event, come along, please enjoy it. Please give us your feedback. I hope you feel involved. I hope you have a really good time. If you are a repeat customer, I hope you feel this is a continuation of the storyline. I hope you feel as if it's done credit towards the previous events. And as always, we thank you for your custom. And we hope you have a good time, ultimately.
Sorry, Richard said, well, can I have a charging location for my car? And then operational operators, no, Richard, get a real car.
Drive a Land Rover, stop being a sad act.
Charge your electric motor off a Land Rover. There you go.
Vehicles should run on old dinosaur juice, right? That is the way it happens, You get a dinosaur, you squeeze it down, squeeze all the juice out of it, and that's what you run a Land Rover on. That's how it works, Diesel.
Yes.
And wishes.
Or cooking oil.
Diesel and
wishes. I didn't say that.
we have a guy in the team that runs his Land Rover, and it's a bit of an older Land Rover than mine, but literally he runs on whatever he's got hanging around. So cooking oil, methylated spirits, paraffin. If it's being good, it'll get a
Guinness, anything in there.
If it's being good, it'll get a cherry in there. That is luxury for his Landy. Gets a bit of red diesel every now and again. But genuinely, I think he does a fry up on a Saturday morning and just pour the rest of that straight into the Landy.
Little bit of meths on the top, little cap full of meths in there with it. Yeah, lovely job.
And if you've been to the Defiant Events and you've seen that series Land Rover rocking around, which is normally on Op 4, then you know the one I'm talking about. The one that's, in fact, it turned up to, I think it was, can't remember if it was Red Tide 1 or whether it was
1.
Watcher,
it was 1.
Where we had a problem with the door, so we just pulled the window off and left it to one side for the event, and the window's been missing ever since.
Go play.
It's a good old wagon, that one. It definitely has stood the test of time.
Nice.
Right, there's probably time for one more question. So if anyone wants to get that in, please feel free to do so now. Looking at the website, it looks like there's still some available. It's showing me there's 6 available on DEA, 15 on Hell Hatcher, and 25 for the role player.
So I mean, we can ignore the role. I don't think the role player will happen until it actually sells out. To be fair, we're still 14 weeks away from the event. Yeah. The role player won't happen until a couple of weeks before the event. Let's be realistic about it. or potential.
I'll tell you what, actually, as a thank you for obviously coming on the show tonight. Out of the role playing tickets, if you let me know who, like some names, just draw one of them out of a hat, and we'll chuck them a free patch, November Foxtrot patch.
Yes.
Thank you.
As a bit of an incentive for that. I would offer more. I've probably got some. I'll tell you what. I'll go through my merch box. We've got a box of stuff. Just chuck things into. I'll put a little package together as a prize.
Yeah, we've got the same. We've got merch. Well, coming out of my bloody ear holes. So
it's not competition, James. We've
well,
got patches too.
I didn't mean it like that. I mean
merch box.
I mean, it's pushing me off because we've had it for so long. I haven't got rid of it. To be fair, a lot of it I'm going to save back, maybe even add to the pile and literally be giving it away at ground zero.
Let's talk about that. That sounds like that. Yeah.
Defiant Events. Oh, we've done the hour and a half now. Should we end X?
Yeah, better not. Otherwise, Warden will be on at us.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Lights out.
I'll tell you what. With Ground Zero and NAF and everything being a lot later in the year, we'll get you guys back on. We'll have another general Q&A because there's so many questions coming through the chat. Yeah. And to be honest with you, if you bring these numbers to our stream numbers, then we'll have you on all the time. So, so just a reminder, if you want to get in touch with us, you can you can get in touch with us on our email at nofochat@hotmail.com. Instagram is @November_Foxtrot_NoFo, and the website is novemberfoxtrot.co.uk.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you ever so much for coming on. It's a real pleasure to always have you.
Cheers, chat.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes,
thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
We're going to be doing a Q&A in the next few weeks. So there's a couple of questions that I've picked out of the chat, which I'll add to the Q&A. I know Claxfied asked a really good one. Apparently, this is actually going to be his first MilSim.
My son.
Brilliant.
Fantastic.
Yeah, well done.
So Claxfied, I'll bring a patch for you as well, mate, just because the whole point in November Foxtrot is to get people into MilSim, so we'll chuck you a patch as well.
Yeah, come on, find one of us.
Here's me as if we get like loads of patches for free. Well, we have to pay. We pay for all of this.
Yeah, that's with hard-earned money, Claxfied. You better appreciate it, man.
All stolen money.
Claxfied, I might be slightly biased, but I think you've made a good choice on your first MilSim.
Yes, definitely. I would say you've done a
We'll
good
look
job.
after you.
What makes you say that, James? Just saying.
So,
that's all. Just saying.
On a serious point there for Claxfied, reach out to James and I on Instagram, WhatsApp, whatever else. And as we've done in previous events, we have put new players to MilSim with one of our experienced DS. So we put together groups of new players with a really experienced DS to help enhance their experience. As a result of that, we've had amazing repeat tournaments from them. So please reach out to us. Message to James or myself, and just so we know, obviously you've got a name on here, and we'll make sure that that you as an individual is well looked after at Red Tide Day. So thank you for joining us. Thank you.
No matter what happens, you always get groups of individuals, ones, twos, or newcomers to MilSim booking in that need, or perhaps would not necessarily need, but would benefit. A little bit of nurturing, a little bit of guidance. And that's what we're all about. You know, we hate that elitism crap that used to be the trend within MilSim. And I think we can be kind of proud that is disappearing.
It is. I think it's slowly dying out.
We consider it to be. And what we do, we get that sort of experienced DS member involved, a guy that can teach you a few things, show you the ropes, help you. Should you want to
look after you?
Also, give you your own space if that's what you want. But react to the group.
Yeah.
Also,
watch some of our previous podcasts for tips and hints on kid to get.
Yes, absolutely.
See that? I did Mike's job. Yeah, all right, there you go. Well, I'm done. Andy. See you later. I'm off.
Cool. Yeah, Marky Mark. Andy's waiting on your spoon to be delivered.
Oh, mate, it's winding me up. Oh, don't message me.
Brace yourself for this spoon that you're going to get from Andy.
Oh, this spoon.
I'm going to have to. You're going to get a full spoon.
I'm gonna literally have to bling this spoon out something stupid.
A NoFo
because it's taken weeks.
Yeah, spooning. Is
it was our meme of the year award, Kev.
My meme of our
we
year
did a
award.
NoFo branded spoon, basically.
Oh, is it a roast?
Trangia NoFo. Rage wants to. You started something now. Rage wants a Trangia NoFo patch. Does it seem like
actually, Rage, that's been on the cards potentially. We've been talking about some Trangia merch. There was a slight debate over copyright because I don't know if we can randomly take Trangia's logo, just put it on shit that we want to sell.
Probably not. Yeah.
We might have to call it like Trangia with a J.
What if you don't sell it?
What if we call it a Rangia, like the Rage Trangia?
A Rangia.
Right, on that note, let's call it a day. Thanks again ever so much, James and Kevin. Thanks, James and Kevin, for coming on. Genuinely, always a laugh. Join us next week. If you got any questions, just ping us a message. Anything else from anyone?
Definitely.
No, all good. Looking forward to next week. UK Airsoft Ladies coming on.
Yes.
Wicked show, so tune in for that.
We'll be watching next week.
We'll be watching.
Good stuff.
Cool.
Good
Lovely
stuff.
And in the meantime, what do we all stay?
What do we all stay?
Fit.
Yeah.
What do we all stay?
What do we all
stay? Yeah, NoFo. I thought you were
stay
saying
NoFo.
cocking it up.
I thought yeah.
Oxdale Hatcher, yeah.
Oh, stay
Hatcher, homies. Shamon.
They know.
Right, see you later. Cheers. Bye.
Ciao, Bella.
Bye.
Muchachos.
And there's always a little gift at the end of the show.
You must listen in for the little gift.
You must listen in.
There isn't always a little gift. I'm just putting that out there. Like, if people go back and listen to it,
listen to every one.
Anyway, so yeah.
Every single episode. No, it's only recently.
Oh god, it's like herding cats. Bye.
Oi, I haven't finished talking yet.